Hello, guys. Today on Zeke's pod, we have two very special guests that I consider friends and like family to me, Elias and Johnny Urbina, brought together by a shared experience of MMA. So join us as we talk about MMA, friendship, philosophy, experience, and what it means to pursue excellence on and off the mats. What's that like? The high rollers? Like, how does that even work?
I want to do it since I was like 16, but you had to be 21 at the time to do it.
To do the high rollers?
Yeah, so I had to wait like a couple years to do that. So
the high rollers is a tournament. It's a jiu-jitsu tournament, right?
Yeah, just for stoners.
Just for stoners.
Yeah,
straight stoners.
Straight stoners. Stoners in jiu-jitsu.
So what happens if you win? Like you just get like a.
Sometimes you get bud. Sometimes you get a little goodie bag or a big ass belt. Some high rollers on it. That's lit.
Yeah. How? So it was. How did it goes from teams, right? It was like you, Joey, or was it you?
Gil, for the Team Gelato?
For the team, yeah. Oh, Team Gelato.
Okay, yeah, that's our sponsorship, Gelato Co.
Gelato.
There you go. Yeah, well, we were sponsored Eli, Gilbert, me, Joey, and Jordan Nogi, and we were just like doing our thing.
Doing your thing. Damn, that's cool. Hopefully in the future, man, maybe I'll hop on that.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. You're definitely part of it already, bro.
I got you, dog. I got you.
You won a few competitions recently, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd say yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to remember my last competition, but the one that I can remember is like that. I did an Apex grappling tournament in a cage or like a match. That was cool. Yeah, that was cool. I like the match only lasted. It was my first jiu-jitsu match, and it only lasted like 10 seconds. Because like in 10 seconds, I got a calf slicer. Which is, that's my move. That's my favorite submission, the calf slicer. So, and then there was that one, and then I had another one in Iron Forge out there in Austin, and I did like a jumping or like a flying arm bar, and yeah, it was awesome. It was like on some girl's Twitch. She's like a model or something. Yeah,
it got viral.
It got viral for a minute, but
tight.
Yeah, that's cool.
That high roll that was on 420.
Yeah, that was on 420.
April's coming up.
Yeah,
hey, I got another one.
Yeah, I want to get on it. Yeah, that'd be sick, man. That'd be sick.
I really want to do the cop versus stoner ones.
What's that? The
cops versus stoners and out there in Vegas for high rollers. They have like from the police department out there. Mm-hmm. There's some people that do jiu-jitsu and there's stoners that do jiu-jitsu. So they go against each other in the ring. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Dude, it's so funny that like you be training at like a gym and there's like a multitude of different people there. Oh, yeah. Like you got like law enforcement, you have ex-criminals, you got business people, you got, I mean, you name it, like everybody almost does jiu-jitsu now.
And we all get together.
Yeah, you guys all get together and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful, straight up. So one thing I want to ask you guys is like, for you, Eli, how did you get into fighting? How did you get into MMA?
Well, I got into fighting, I guess. Man, I got interest once Hector started fighting, our oldest brother. Like, he got into some local fights in Northwest Ohio. That's where we grew up wrestling.
Oh, and so, in Ohio?
In Ohio. Oh, wow. That's right, yeah. And I don't know, I guess at the time it was like the Tap Out Gang, Skyscraper,
Yeah.
I forget what was his name, I forget his name, bro.
Which one?
All three guys of the Tap Out crew.
Oh, one with the crazy hats and all that.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
The Tap Out crew.
Like the first, watching the Tap Out crew, like I remember just seeing them be like, dude, these guys are crazy. What are they doing? Like,
yeah.
Oh, they're helping out fighters get fights in these cages, and like I was like, holy shit, that's pretty nuts. Like I didn't know that was an actual thing. You know boxing and all that. I don't know. I never thought I'd be a fighter.
Really?
To begin with, no. I liked watching it, I guess, as my parents like watching my dad, my brothers and stuff, but I never thought I would do it. It was just like I became a fan of the sport before like I even thought
before anything.
Yeah, before anything.
Really?
So like once Hector got in the cage and like we got into wrestling, like it was kind of like inevitable. Like I'd probably try it. It's something I would try, not something I'm like directed to, like I wanted to do. But I started slowly getting into martial arts and fell in love with it, bro.
Yeah. So do you think of yourself as a competitor first, or like a martial artist first?
I gotta elaborate on that. I guess like over the years you kind of evolve. So your focus kind of changes.
Your focus kind of changes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like coming out of a competitive mindset in wrestling, I carried that into the cage, as well as like, you know, liking, you know, fighting
Yeah.
and stuff like that. There's the other side of you where you can rage and think it's like a brawl, and you got to kind of find the composure between both of those. And I guess, like I was saying, over time you kind of evolve into seeing yourself as a competitor, yet it's not really a fucking sport.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to have that primitive mentality in there too. It's like kind of do or die.
100%. Yeah, I feel like I don't know, man. I'm like coming in this point in my life right now where I'm trying to, like, I love MMA, and as a mixed martial artist, like, I think of myself as a mixed martial artist first, right? Like, I'm the whole Bruce Lee, the whole just learning the technique, but also it's like, man, I get these, when I think about fighting another person in a cage, it's like that primitive, like that.
Yeah.
There's something in there that's just raw and dark, and it wants to be like let out, and it's like, it's almost like I want to will my way in certain things in life.
For sure.
But I feel like in martial arts, that's like you shouldn't be willing your way. You should just be flowing. You should just be like, just let go and just do. And I don't know how to keep that balance. I don't know if balance is a good thing or not, right? Like when in your career, did you have a lot of balance, or were you like mostly like, this is what I'm doing, and 100, like kind of like Goggin style? Like, were you Goggin style a lot, or were you like?
I know exactly what you're saying, and you know, I started fighting when I was 20. Me and Gil made our debuts the same night, so like the pressure was on, but it just felt like another wrestling match, like another, you know, going out to compete on a mat. And it's not until you experience it where you're like, holy shit, this isn't a competition. Like, this is feels like that. Like, you don't want to get, nobody wants to get knocked out in front of people. Yeah. Nobody wants to get submitted or choked out. So it's like, you kind of, that primitive side almost takes over before that competitive side can even like decide what you want to do in there. You know, I guess you get used to it, but evolving, like you're saying, like you want to find a balance. I guess from the start of my point of career to like now, people could look at me like a brawler or like someone who likes to come forward, and I do like to fight. I like to take initiative and control the fight.
You're scary.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, but it's like, how are you saying? You said my balance throughout my career. I guess you find a balance, bro. You find a balance between how to use that side of you that refuses to stay on the floor. Some guys will just stay stuck, or you know, just take a beat and get in their head, not allow themselves to flow, like you said, not allow themselves to just let go and do their thing, you know?
Yeah.
But
wow. Yeah, it's because, I mean, and I feel like that goes with so many different things, not just in fighting, but just in like life. Like I don't know. I keep saying this, but there's like this point right now where I'm trying to understand, is ambition good or is ambition bad? You know, like in the story of Icarus, right? His ambition was so high that he flew to the sun and burned himself.
Sure.
You know, I think about that. I think of myself like a horse sometimes. Like I'll literally work myself to death if I let myself. And I think that comes from there's like two people, right? You have lazy people, and then you have the insecure overachiever, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a problem with both of them. But I think in society, right, the insecure achiever is looked at better, but is more miserable. Whereas the lazy person is like, you know, get up, do something, right? Mm-hmm. But there's something to be learned from that. That I don't think a lot of people can just sit with themselves and not do anything.
No, I agree.
You know, like I'm sure when you don't have a fight, right?
Yeah, things
might be hard. Like you're without a goal. Where do you, you know, like, do you ever have those thoughts where it's like you get anxious?
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to be like perfect or like well balanced, because I've had some fucking shit happen in my life, you know?
100%.
So it's like you kind of just, I don't know. I'm still here. We're still here, you know what I mean? I'm 31. How old are you guys? You guys? John's so 21. Young. He's got 3 older brothers, you know what I mean? He's watched, and that's kind of what I was getting to. I kind of watched my big brother achieve what I think is greatness, just getting into the UFC from nothing, from Northwest Ohio wrestling. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
almost
like
from nothing. It's just a small little passion turned into like a dream and starts happening. And then, you know, I had my own success as well. Mm-hmm. But even watching Gilbert right now, like in the UFC, like ambition. I mean, I'm still chasing it even after a 5-year layoff. Like, I'm still kind of itching to keep. I'm still gonna climb. Like, it's no one's journey to like say when it's over, when they achieve success. You know what I mean? Like,
There's many ways to get on top of the mountain.
Yeah, there's many ways to get on top of the mountain. Yeah.
I think that's like some Miyoto Musashi type shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he said that. I don't know.
I think that's funny. No, but it's true. It's true. There's more than one way, brother.
You had your last fight was Nick Maximov out there in Dallas, right?
Yep.
And then the fight before that was, correct me if I'm wrong, was it Mike Tovar in Combate America? Was that the one where you got the like that left roundhouse kick, or was that the spinning back kick?
That was a left-handed kick.
That was a left-hand kick. Okay.
Kick.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Bro.
That one, and then I'm trying to think. Was it that? Who was it? That Carlos Martinez, right?
Carlos Martinez, yeah.
And was that here in McAllen, or was that? Where was that?
Yeah, both those fights were at the Bird Ogden. Is that Hidalgo?
Okay, Pain Arena. Pain Arena.
That's right.
Arena. I wasn't even in the Valley at that time. I was I was in Wisconsin, just
really?
Probably wrestling, or something. But
yeah, Combate came here twice. They
something. I don't know.
You were young then. You must have been wrestling.
That's crazy, bro.
I never got to wrestle in high school, which is crazy. I only got to wrestle my like a little bit in elementary, and then in middle school. And I got to state like my 8th grade year, and I was a big guy. I was like 245. So I got to state at 195. And then I missed my match, and I got like 5th place. So I missed my match for 1st place, which kind of sucked because I was I don't know. I was just like, I had like.
Did you grow up like in the sport?
Right
here. What do you mean?
I kind of, funny like how you said that you kind of got into MMA with your brother and your parents or your dad watching UFC. Mm-hmm. My dad did the same thing. Like he was watching UFC. He'd watch the Forrest Griffin and the John Jones on TV, and I'm like, this is boring. Like I'm like 5 years old. I'm like, this is boring. But he decided like, and we would always like spar though. I don't know. My dad kind of got me into fighting, which is kind of weird, but. He would just mess around, and I would do karate, and then the next thing I did a bunch of sports. I did like football and soccer and track and baseball, and I just started wrestling. And then when I started wrestling, it was over. Like I didn't want to do anything except wrestling.
You were natural?
I actually lost all my matches. I lost all my.
The sport.
I was like 245, and I lost my match against this kid. Like he was like only 106 pounds, and he like beat me, and I was like, dude, I was doing jujitsu before jujitsu was even a thing back then. I was like, I was watching my old videos, and you could see me like doing close guard or something. I'm like, dude, what? He's like, my dad's like, what is this jujitsu? Like you hear him in the video, but. I think it was just that I don't know. It was just the competitiveness. I had some really great coaches too, some really good mentors in my life during that time. At the Deerfield High School Wrestling Club, there was a coach named Trevor Dearson, and he just had like so much belief in me that I just kind of I was like, I don't know. It just made me want to do it, and it made me continue. And he believed in me and believed in me and believed in me until I finally won one match, my 6th grade year. And, oh man, that was just like a high I've never felt before because I never really won in anything. And that was the first time I won in something. And I just kind of kept going and going, and he kept leading me to the right people. Like I went with Ben Askren's wrestling coach. His name's Brad Owens out there in Advanced School of Wrestling. It no longer exists no more. But I went there, and I was probably 13, 14 years old or 12 years old wrestling with high school because I was too big for the kids. So I had to wrestle with the high school, and they would beat me up every day. They would literally tear me up every day. And the coach would purposely put the heater on in practice. It's like summer. He purposely puts the heater on. He cranks it up. We're doing bear crawls, and the guy's on top of each other, like not dragging, like literally he's on top of you, backpack, and you gotta bear crawl. You gotta do sprints. I remember I threw up so many times. I cried so many times because I was like, man, I must suck. I didn't even get a takedown today, or I couldn't even get up. Like, it's just like,
Demoralized.
it's just so demoralizing for a whole like 3-6 months. And then eventually I got one takedown.
Hell
And
yeah.
everything changed. Everything changed. I was like, holy shit, I got one takedown off this guy that's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
He's been to state before. This is possible. This is possible. Something in me was like, this is possible. Like I and that's how you know you're passionate about something. I feel like that's how you know you're passionate about something. The word passionate, right? If you break it down, I don't know how to say it. Passio in Latin means to suffer, right? And I think if you're passionate about something, you're willing to suffer for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of, I don't know, just getting that one takedown or getting that one win in a match, or even I would even get so happy if I would I hit a stand up. I lost the match, but I hit a stand up. I was happy about that.
It's the little battles.
It's the little battles, man. You're coming from a place where it's like people are telling you this ain't possible. People are already putting you down. People are already looking at you like this is who you're gonna be in life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And getting those little battles is like proving them wrong.
Yeah, the little wins.
The little wins in life, you know? Those are things that nobody can take away from you, you know? I don't know, that's what made me passionate about wrestling. It was funny, I wanted to do MMA when I was really young. Mm-hmm. I think just kind of, you know, my dad teaching me how to be a man, just kind of, you know, I wanted to do MMA, but then I got into wrestling and I forgot all about that. I was like, MMA, I don't even care.
You grew up fighting your brothers?
Yeah, I grew up fighting my brothers. I have.
We got plenty of wars, bro.
Yeah.
We were fighters before we knew it. Like I'm telling you, I didn't know we were gonna fight.
Broken couches, broken everything.
You guys gotta get new couches.
Yeah, every time.
How was that? So like the relationship with all you guys, Hector, you. So it goes from order, right? So for the oldest is Hector, and then it's you, and then it's Gilbert, and then it's Johnny. Like, what are the dynamics in the household, right? It's just like you guys.
Well, one point where we were all in the same house, it'd been years back, but I mean, Hector being the oldest, couple years for me, maybe like 5 years. Mm-hmm. Then me and Gil are 3 years. But like growing up, me, Hector, Gilbert were pretty wild. Johnny's
watching WWE, jumping off the couch. Like,
he was bred into this game and watching us fight and spar.
Game bred.
Yeah.
Damn. Like, you guys go. Well, I know that Gilbert was born in Wisconsin, right? Did you guys go to school in Wisconsin, or mostly out there in Ohio?
Yeah, me and Gil were both born in Wisconsin.
You and Gilbert.
Yeah, we have an older sister, Emily.
Okay.
She was born in Florida, but my parents were migrants, so they moved around a lot. Mm-hmm. And at the time, it was Wisconsin. When I was born in '93.
Okay.
And we were in Wisconsin for couple years actually until moved back to Texas, and when this guy came out, we moved to Ohio. He was born in '03.
Okay,
so
nice.
That shit was pretty lit.
Most of your.
I was up there till second grade. I came to Texas.
Yeah.
Just lived from there. Got a little fat. Did my thing.
Yeah, John was a little overweight.
I feel it. But you guys all went to, so even Johnny, did you go to school out there in Ohio?
Yeah, I went to school for a little bit.
Nice.
Went to preschool first, Head Start, and yeah, I did a little bit of wrestling out there.
Oh yeah?
I went to wrestling clubs and all that. Little kids my age were like, hey, we're getting ready for wrestling practice, let's go. But then ever since we moved out, like I really just lost the love of sports.
Yeah.
I fell a little more with cooking in the kitchen.
There's a huge age gap between all of us. So like me and Gil were born in Wisconsin, but we were raised in Ohio. Like,
raised in
all
Ohio.
Our middle school, elementary, mine some high school. Johnny's most of his life was in Texas.
Yeah, just straight Texas.
And stuff like that.
Valley boy.
Do you feel like that made a difference in who you guys are now? Yeah. Like your personality, who you are?
For sure.
For sure?
Yeah.
Like, is there a big difference out there in Ohio compared to here in the Valley?
Oh, yeah.
Like the school or something? Like the school system?
I guess so, yeah. It's just demographics are way different. Like, South Texas is like puro raza and stuff.
Yeah.
We're like one of the 3 or 4 Mexican families in the city. maybe
Out there in Ohio.
in Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that 100%. I was the same way out there in Wisconsin. I mean, but it's funny when you're up north and you see like another Hispanic, you're already like, hey, like you're already invited to the carne asada. Like you guys are already you guys already click, you know?
Yeah. But I guess that's what makes us, I mean, all different, right? We're just like, we can get along with anybody, honestly. Like,
yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Little culture shock, too. I was in the middle of high school and moved to Texas, too. So that was kind of like huge difference.
Huge difference, right?
Big difference.
You come down here and it's like everybody's can already just smell it or something.
I can already smell it.
You can just like
I love the valley, bro. RGV, baby, like 956.
But 956.
It's crazy out here. It is crazy.
It is crazy. It gets down and dirty here. Yeah.
But
no, that's awesome. So, like, have you in your career? What are the biggest lessons you've learned in fighting?
Biggest lessons in fighting?
Biggest lessons, like it could be anything. It could be like one lesson I learned in my I had a smoker, right? And I hurt myself. Like I humiliated myself. It was funny, right? But I look back on it and I'm like, so stupid. But I was winning and I threw a kick and I think I hurt my leg or something like that. Mm-hmm. But one thing I learned was like sometimes don't be too eager, right? Don't be too eager. And I was just like, I had all this food on my plate and I was so eager to finish it all when I should just be taking little bites. And then, you know,
piece by piece.
Piece by piece, you know, don't like, you know, because you smell blood and you're just like, I want to go.
Yeah.
You be calm.
You're spamming kicks.
Yeah, I was spamming kicks. Yeah, I was hitting the X button too much. The stamina went out. But one thing I learned definitely was just take things piece by piece. You don't have to swallow everything in one bite. You know, that's one thing I definitely learned. And I'm sure I have many more to learn too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest takeaway from like you're saying from like the fight itself.
Yeah, the fight itself, or just everything you've seen on this journey, because you've traveled a lot, right? You've been to American Top Team. You've been to or we've all been to Jackson Wink. You've been out there training in Vegas. I mean, it's like where haven't you not trained? You know, Thailand's the next though. Thailand's the next.
There's definitely a lot more places to go, but yeah, you get a lot of experience. You know, just staying busy, staying on the road.
Yeah.
But man, it's really just finding a good balance. You know, this sport's demanding on the body and stuff. You know, staying busy around the clock. And if you're competing, you kind of want to stay competing and stay relevant, stay hot. Yeah. And if you're not, then you better start building yourself. And you know, just it's always it's like a lifestyle more than it is just something you do. Like people just want to fight, and you know, take a couple weeks to train at the local gyms and jump into a cage. Like it's fun. I recommend for everybody to do it.
Yeah.
Like, don't be wrong, but like to get to the top, it's like everybody's
good. Everybody's tough.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so. It's more like a lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
I guess you like winning fights is more of a byproduct of what you do day to day, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's just something that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And you, Johnny, what have you learned in your journey, man?
Leg locks. Nah, everything, bro. Learned everything from my bros since I was a little kid. Learning their ups and downs. Just following, just doing the right path.
Just going on the right path.
Not doing the wrongs. You know?
Yeah.
Just going straightforward with everything I want to do in this life.
I feel that. 100%.
One thing I learned, I could say, in my jiu-jitsu world, I used to be real into like, I used to have a big ego where I just want to like attack, like how you said.
Mm-hmm.
And one time I got submitted real bad in 10P and I got real like frustrated. And I was just chilling on the side. And I was like, fuck, I got submitted. This guy made me look like a fucking punk. I'm like, I got ragdolled literally. And then instantly Vanessa Denopoulos, shout out to her, she literally pulled up right next to me, stand next to me. I was like, she was like, what's up? I'm like, no, and I'm like, how would you feel how I feel right now? Like me as a white belt, like I feel like I want to get back at this guy and like kind of get another round in with him. He's like, she's like, no, that's ego. She's like, you don't need none of that. You learned that in the beginning of your journey of the mixed martial artist world.
Mm-hmm.
where she's not like a third-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu and shit. She's a real killer and shit. I seen her go against like dogs and murder them. I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. But yeah, she told me just like don't have an ego going into this sport and just like if you get submitted, learn from it. Be like, yo, how did you get into that, or how can I escape, or what can I learn from it? And pretty much that's it, bro. Just that ego shit. You gotta cut the ego.
Gotta cut it out. I feel like, yeah, like I guess when it comes to learning, being a martial artist, I don't think the ego helps, right?
Oh no.
But as a competitor, though,
Can't feel you.
the ego is
but that's where the yin and yang comes in, bro. You gotta learn the balance between
the balance. Yeah. I guess it's hard to have that balance sometimes, huh? I don't know. I feel like sometimes my ego can come out in my life for sure, and I like it, but it's not helpful, right? It's not helpful in learning. It's not helpful in building relationships. It's not helpful in a multitude of things, right?
Bro.
But if you sit back and take that off, be more of like a martial artist, and accept things for what they are, you're gonna get a lot. A lot of things are just gonna open. Faster. You're gonna learn a lot faster. Doors are just gonna open up for you more. You're just more humble that way, I think. But it's that yin and yang, right?
Yeah, there's a time to turn it on, I guess. Because like the sport we're into is like you got to promote yourself. So you can't. I mean, we're all martial artists, and I agree with you. Like, yeah, you do have to look at it through a martial artist who fights. You need to be a martial artist and know how to control yourself and all that. But when it comes down to like fight time, a lot of ego is glorified these days.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's glorified, and you see it all over the UFC and sports and stuff like that. It's kind of what people want. If you want to make a living off the game.
If you want to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely is, man. Yeah. That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's a great point.
You gotta be like that WWE Brody, dog. They have to flip that switch.
Yeah, flip that switch.
Flip a switch and then flip it back off.
Yeah, exactly.
Once everything's done.
When you're with your family, you're chilling, just learn how to relax and just be who you're not, be in the ring, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, don't let it consume you.
But when you go back into the shit, you know when you gotta flip the switch, like, yo, let's fucking go. Like, I'm gonna fuck somebody up.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's off and on.
Yeah, no. And you and hanging out with you guys, man, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Your guys' family's awesome. You guys, man, I had Thanksgiving with you guys, and you guys are like your whole family is just awesome, bro. I mean, you guys take me in and just kind of, you guys treat me like family, and it's like I haven't. It is. I don't know if it's just, man, like friends. I sometimes think, right, like when you have these achievements, right? What good are the achievements if you have no one to share it with? What good are these times we have in life if we got nobody to share it with, right? I don't know. It's just something that I just thought of, like literally right now. I just thought of it, and I truly friendships can't be bought. Friendships got to be. They just happen. They're earned through trust. They're with respect. I guess moving around a lot too. What have you guys like seen from other people out there in Ohio and out here in the Valley? What are the biggest like differences, I guess, in relationships?
I mean, it's pretty crazy. You meet a lot of people, make a lot of friends, especially moving around a lot. But like going back to you, bro, like it's kind of like we get intrigued and even motivated, you could say, by seeing people that are just as passionate about something. I'm sure it's like that with other people and whatever and everyone else is passionate about, but like for us, it's that drive or that willingness, you know what I mean? You kind of have that spark, kind of like us as brothers share, like, hey man, like let's push each other, like we love this shit. It's like, yeah, you need that. Like you said, you share the success. And as far as the losses too, I mean, we feel the losses even when he loses, I lose, or you kind of feel like, damn, we lost. It wasn't just you, because it's a team effort. And yeah, sharing that energy is unique, bro. It's special. So being a friend of ours, like we see that, and we feel when you win too. Trust me.
Yeah.
If you lose, it's like we gotta help you get payback on that motherfucker or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel that, bro.
It's it's a crazy. I don't know how to explain it, but I think you explained it well, and I think it's just appreciation. That's all I gotta say. Just appreciation to you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciation to you, my guy. Has has throughout your career, right? Has being like a father changed your perspective in fighting?
Yeah, for sure. I guess finding a balance was really
Balance
tough,
is the key word.
Yeah, it's been the key word because you sparked it as soon as it started. Like, if we're talking about martial arts and stuff like that, like, that's kind of where my focus is in life. Like, finding balance in my life as well as a father. I know I have a responsibility, my boy, and just, I guess, knowing, choosing that martial arts would be the way I make money, whether it be through coaching or starting gyms up here in the valley or, personal training people. That'd be a way to make money. But my passion is to get to the top. And it's been a long journey, and I'm still on my way. I'm still doing well. But I've always felt in my heart I need to be with my son, and I do travel a lot. I'm always back and forth. I run camps, about 8-week camps, stuff like that. And it's been that way since I was 20. So it's kind of like my lifestyle. I enjoy it. I love what I do, but there's times where the humbleness, I want to be humbled. I have to humble myself and come back home. And for me, it's all I need to re-energize myself to more than enough motivation to, like, go out there and take on fucking anybody. Like,
Take on the world.
Yeah. That's kind of where I put away and hide my ego, is like knowing I have my son there. I'm not as wild as I used to be getting into the game. The reasons changed for my why's definitely changed through my career. I'm not even the same dude I was fucking yesterday. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Even this conversation we have is changing who we are as we speak, and the things you're saying, things Johnny is saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a constant growth, bro. So I love being a father. I can't wait to have more kids.
Yeah.
For real, I can't wait to have more kids.
Damn. Hell yeah. You make me excited. I mean, I'm young, so.
Don't be too excited about that.
No rush.
Johnny's 22, and that's when I had my son, 22 years old. So I was just getting in the Ultimate Fighter. I got in the tryouts, passed.
Yeah. You're on Team Joanna.
Team Joanna
against Claudia.
Yep.
Yeah. I that's funny. I met Claudia out there in Vegas. I was staying at Gilbert. Shout out to Gilbert. I was staying at his house, and he was helping me out, and we went to go train at
The PI?
No, it was I don't know if it was Hinato's gym or Cobrina. Oh, no. Maybe it was Hybrid.
Oh, it's definitely hybrid.
Hybrid, yeah. And I didn't know who Claudia was at the time. Like, I was wrestling, and she was like, "No, like, you gotta, like," she was like on the Black Belchy, like,
Black Belchy vibes.
Black Belchy vibes. Like, she's like, when you do double leg, like, just
shitting on your shit.
Yeah. And I was like, who's this? I didn't know who it was, and then but I could just tell. I don't know. I could just tell, like, she is, like, high level though. Like, she's like somebody. Like, I just didn't know. I guess I'm just kind of.
How'd you do against her?
I didn't go against her because I knew she'd whip my ass. Okay. I was like, she's correcting, because, like, I know how she would whip my ass, because she was, like, correcting my technique, like, and it was, like, correct, and I was like, okay, yeah, she knows.
You're making me look the rookie out here.
I'm like, oh shit, well, but no, she gave me some pointers. But you went on Team Joanna and Team Claudia, and how was that experience? You had a lot of experience.
Yeah, I got a lot of experience. I got a lot of experience when I was younger. I was only 3-0, fighting for STFC and Hero FC.
You fought. Your first fight was who was it? It was Joshua Sharpless. Joshua Sharpless. He teaches out there in Henzo Gracie, or it was Gracie Baja. I don't know back then, but it was Gracie Baja. Now it's Henzo Gracie out here in McAllen. How was that fight?
Dude, that was a war, all out war. Like I'm saying, as a kid, ego off the roof. I'm here to make money. I'm excited. I got a crowd, home team, like going against. He's from McAllen too, but I feel like the energy was super high. I went out there just trying to finish him.
Yeah,
out there swinging, kicking, landed a head kick, landed some knees, clinched him up, ground and pounding. I'm like, dude. This guy's like
bloodbath.
Still going,
still alive.
His jiu-jitsu surprised me. I mean, it shouldn't have surprised me. He's a black belt.
He's a black belt.
And his jiu-jitsu surprised me, and he wore out some of the rounds in time, and it was a good fight. I tried to use my wrestling as much as I could. Just stay on top of him, kill the clock, and you know, I didn't have any amateurs before that either. So
that's crazy.
Street fights right into the pro cage, using my wrestling experience to help me win. You know,
Yeah.
it was a good fight though. I loved it.
Wow.
It was
No
good.
amateur fights.
No amateur.
Just
fights.
straight pro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like I was telling you earlier, it felt like I went in there kind of competitive, really pumped out, revved up in the back, like I can swing. Like it's just a wrestling match, just swing on this fool. Like got him. And I was like, all right. Gil's going up right after me. And Gil says it too. He's like, dude, when I seen you go, bro, and I seen all the blood, because I'd gotten cut. He threw an elbow and cut my nose. Poured out blood everywhere. Like the whole match was just red. Poured out. And Gil was like, holy shit, dude. Like, this is an actual fight. Like, that wrestling shit's not here right now. It's not, you know what I mean? Shit got real quick. But I adapted pretty quick, you know. Started finding my flow, getting comfortable. Like, all right, it's just another fight. Let's go. Let's finish this guy. And with the distance. It was a good fight though.
When you see like your own blood, like is there anything that you're thinking, or you're just like, nah, I need to keep doing? Are you even thinking?
No, it's like you're about to say. Like, no, I'm like, nah, I'm not here.
No, I'm not here.
Nah.
Not me.
So yeah, you kind of get a drive to just make him bleed. You know, he's gonna do it to you, that or he's gonna finish you. You know what I mean? And
Kill or be killed.
You're gonna be in the cage. You gotta have the mentality. You know what I mean? You gotta have a little push. You got to push yourself to keep fighting and get the finish. You know, that's the way I like to fight. I'm not going in there winning, you know, decisions and shit like that. I'm really trying to put on, not only for the fans and stuff, but I'm trying to prove that I'm the best mixed martial artist.
Taking the risk.
Yeah,
taking all the risks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on I keep coming back. We keep like going off, but I keep coming back, right?
Talk about that first fight.
Yeah, but how was it like? So you going on the Ultimate Fighter? How's that journey like for everyone that doesn't know what it's like? Like, what are the first steps? Like, did they reach out to you, or how did that even happen?
At the time, Hector was in the UFC, so he was getting ready for I believe Fabinski.
Okay.
His first name, and the UFC announces tryouts every so often, and usually it goes through management, stuff like that, or hearsay. Like you'll hear another manager post it on Facebook or something. And at the time, my pops, he called me. He's like, hey, they're doing a 205 tryout. Like, what do you think? They said 3-0 at least, and I'm like, well, I'm 3-0. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
And yeah, man. At the time, I didn't have any money. I was in a tough spot, and like I was saying, it was like that week. I found out I was gonna be a dad.
Oh wow!
Yeah, got my girlfriend at the time pregnant, and
at that same week.
And my dad hits me with that news, and I was like, I can't even talk about that yet. So at the time, it was like a lot of anxiety, but I started controlling it. I was like, you know what? I gotta own this moment. I gotta get on this show. This is it. Like it's destiny. Like I gotta do this. So, you know, I was really young minded. Went in there, got through the tryouts. The tryouts is a whole thing of like jiu-jitsu, striking, personality, interviews. Like they kind of want to know who you are. They want to see what you got, what kind of person you are. And I guess they liked me, man. They liked me. They liked that I was Hector's younger brother. They liked that we come from a fighting family. And they're like, dude, we're gonna give you a shot. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go. Like I'm gonna go balls to the walls on this fucking first fight. Like I'm gonna get in the house. Like it was no question. Like I knew I was gonna get in the house.
Wow, it's just something that I am going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was cool, man. The experience was wild because, you know, 3-0, I can't run my mouth too much, but in my head I was, you know, I've always been pretty humble, but in my head I'm telling myself I'm the best, you know. I'm the best here. I'm the best fighter here. And at the time I got RFA champions, at the time Legacy
yes, yeah.
You know, you got real high-leveled guys, you know, Eric Spicely, Andrew Sanchez, Khalil Roundtree was on that season.
Yeah.
Like it was stacked with stars. Nobody knew were stars yet, you know, and it was just a pretty level competition for the most part.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like I was the most inexperienced. I was the youngest as well.
Really?
Yeah, I was the youngest on the show.
You were how 20?
21.
21.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And so after you made the tryouts and got in the house, how was that experience?
Yeah, the house was almost everything my older brother helped me visualize. You know, I was really trying to visualize what this competition is going to be like and like what it's like living in a house. And you know, growing up watching UFC, it was Spike TV. It was the Ultimate Fighter house and how crazy shit would get in there.
Yeah,
you know? I was like, damn, like I don't want to get in no brawls, but I fucking will if I need to. You know what I mean?
If I need to,
I don't want to get kicked out the house. I'm trying to be chill, but I'm like, who knows how these guys will act, you know?
Yeah.
We had girls on our season 2, so I think they really kept the balance and made it really chill for us, you know?
Yeah,
There was no, like, animosity for the most part that I knew of. It was really cool.
That's cool. And I'm sure you've met like, you met, you recently met Joanna again out there in Vegas. How was that like? Like meeting your old coach? Like how was that?
Yeah, man. It was crazy just being on Tough and seeing her, or like seeing Dana cage side. You know, all these people like you can recognize, and I'm kind of starstruck, but I'm trying to focus on the fight. So like at the time, those were years back. The last time I seen her was Ultimate Fighter. So now that I'm with Fury and I'm back in the ring and I'm fighting again and stuff, seeing her was just kind of like it re-sparked that feeling as a kid again to me. I was like, holy shit, dude, time has flown. Like, it's been a long time, but I'm not that same fighter kid, too. I remember she told me, too, like, you're going to be a world champion on the show. She's going to be a world champion one day. Like, you don't stop. And I'm like, that's been in my head since, too. Like, people that believe in you. And she's a great human. Like, she's a good friend, too. Like, she'd always just good words, bro. Good consejos, you know.
Yeah.
Good advice. She was awesome, man.
Awesome.
Shout out to the Polish people, man. They're real ones.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you're recently you're having since you're back here in the Valley, you might be going to Jackson's, or you might, I mean, who knows for you, right? The sky is the limit, right? You might go anywhere. But as of right now, you're having private sessions out there at RGV Wrestling Club?
That's right.
That's right. Okay.
It's owned by Rick Fernandez.
Okay.
Nice. He's opened his doors for me while I'm here. I saw they have a small group of wrestlers, like high school wrestlers and youth wrestlers, and that's something I can get behind for sure. Like, he's helping these guys get to the next level. I've always coached and stuff like that too in my off time, and I think that's a pretty good thing he's doing there, and I kind of want to get behind it. You know, he's helping me, like you said, use his facility and stuff like that. He's super upgraded, bro. That place is next level. I love it.
Yeah. I've been there maybe 2-3 times, and he's awesome. The facility's awesome too, but he's great. And I mean, I really can get behind it, man. Helping out the kids, like, man, that's something to be looked at with respect. You know, the first time I met you was at the Shack. It was with you, Gilbert, Johnny. Like, you guys all came to the Shack. And
you were working there?
Yeah, I was working at the Shack.
No way.
Yeah, and I gave I mean, allegedly, I gave you guys all shakes and stuff, and I mean, I don't work there no more, but shout out to the Shack. Louis.
Yeah, shout out to the Shack.
You know, but I was like, man, I recognized, I was like, man, that's Gilbert, that's Eli. And dude, little did I know, I was gonna meet Johnny.
I don't even look like they're fucking brothers.
You were just there chilling.
You do. I was all pissed off and shit.
That's honestly, that's crazy. That was the first time I met you guys, and then ever since then, we had some training. You and Gilbert helped me out with the private. I got a private with you guys, and then from there you had classes at the UFC gym, right? And that's you started training there, but you started helping out a lot of the people out there, and like, man, you had a profound impact in my journey of martial arts. You're like, I look at you as a mentor, not only as a friend, but as a mentor as well. And seeing you, you know, helping out the kids, it inspires me to help out as well. And I think it's awesome what you're doing. So, yeah. So if people want to come and get, you know, whether it's wrestling or MMA, boxing, kickboxing, they should contact you through your Instagram or the RG Wrestling page.
Either the RGV Wrestling page or my Instagram as well. I don't have any other social media platforms, just Instagram right now.
Just Instagram. And what's your Instagram?
Elias Urbina IV the 4th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool. Elias Urbina the 4th.
Nice. Well, hopefully we'll get some training there too.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll be sick. That'll be sick. Bro. Yeah. Johnny's gonna put me in another go crucifix.
Yeah, some crazy ass submission.
Yeah. But I might hit you with some scrambies.
Nah, man, I don't know about that, man.
I don't know, man. Some scrambies.
Perfected the scramby, bro.
But pretty soon, you also were talking about opening up a gym of your own. Like, is that definitely a possibility in the future? Or would you like that? Or
I would like that. You know, us as brothers, we wanna have Team Urbina gym. We wanna from martial arts to the wrestlers, to just performance. Have the coaches have the experience. Bring guys in, bring our people through our journey. Who want to be a part of our journey. Bring them down to South Texas and grow the sport and just expand borders. It'd be cool. There's a lot of good gyms down here.
Yeah.
I think we can, if Urbina Brothers hold the gym, we can really level up the game for sure.
For sure, right? You look at it. You look at something. Sometimes, I don't know how else to say this, right? But sometimes when you're out and about, right, and you see trash on the floor, and some people they might walk past it. Some people they're gonna look at it and they'll be like, they might get angry about it. They might have an emotional response from seeing trash on the floor. Now it's your responsibility. If you're the one angered by it, right? It's your responsibility.
Pick it up in the first place.
But exactly. You're taking somebody else's burden. You're saying, I could do this better. I could fix it. Let me fix it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm hearing right now is that I think there's some big opportunities here. Mm-hmm. And I think I feel like you know how to do some things right that maybe they're not doing some down here in the valley. Mm-hmm. Is that what I'm hearing? Is
that accurate?
Is that accurate?
No. I mean, I think the major gyms down here like Carlos Diego and Frank Trevino, they're doing right. They're doing a lot of great stuff. They got plenty of pro fighters. Carlos being in the UFC, but just as brothers, I'm saying I think we can expand it. At one point in our careers when we first started here, gyms weren't cross training. Gyms were in
strictly with their groups.
Yeah, what I mean? And it's kind of divided. And me and Gil were like, dude, me and you have always sharpened each other. If no one's kicking our ass, like, we need to go get that work.
Yes.
And at the time, it was like getting work with Carlos. Like, he definitely put it on me early in my career too. Like, getting that work. And as we expanded, moving to top team, gaining experience, it's like, we can just share that knowledge. It's not that we know more, we can do it better. Or we can do it better. I think we can do it better.
We can do better.
We can do it better. Not that there's anything wrong with the recipe down here. I just feel like, man,
it has so much more.
There's so much more.
There's so much more.
Especially for the youth wrestling, like the high school wrestlers. And, dude, there's those ones that, as a route to wrestler, wrestling dominates MMA. So, like, there's so much talent down here that's, like, it's crazy. It's like, they need good coaches. They need good programs, and that's what we want to do. We want to run a good program that can even lead fighters professionally, like get them on the right routines, help them out with the sponsorships, help them out the things we struggled with getting into the game and the realities of things that fighters that want to get in the game don't know about now.
Yeah.
And signing with managements and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot to learn.
Because you're lost.
Yeah, so we just want to give that back. A program where you can believe in. If you think you can be a champion, we're going to give you that chance. And if we believe in you, más ganas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely get in our gym.
And if and you believing in them is not something that just happens.
No.
It should be like almost admired, almost like, dude, it's a blessing, But 100%. I feel like I get that.
Everyone deserves to get believed in, right? Everyone
sure.
should be believed, but it's what you put in. It's the work you put in. It can't be denied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like the RGV is just like a strip mine of just potential.
Yeah.
There's so much potential here.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been fully explored or actualized.
Yeah, when people talk about the valley with me or they ask about it, I just say it's like a hidden gem. We even got a beach.
Straight up.
We low-key have a beach.
We have a beach. It's nice.
Damn. Hell yeah. And, I mean, the gym is coming sometime, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we have it planned or we talk about it. We are getting to that point where we do want to open one up down here. But for the most part, it's Gil's in the UFC. He's hot right now. So he's definitely staying busy. Like, he's in Vegas training full time and he's getting it done. I was here for the holidays and I'll be here for maybe the next couple weeks, 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
Maybe less. Yeah, depending on, I had gotten injured, so I took some time off.
Yeah, we were at you didn't get your injury while I was at Jackson. So we were all at Jackson's, right? And we were initially we were man, it was a crazy dude, you had a crazy fight, your last fight, man. He fought Nick Maximov. He's from the Diaz army, right?
Yeah.
And then so you got the Diaz army versus Team Urbina. And I'm riding with Team Urbina all day, but but before Nick Maximov, it was Joseph Holmes. So like, and within that, was it 1 week, 2 weeks of a notice?
I think it was 9 days.
It was 9 days.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
insane, dude. I remember watching you train, and I'm like, dude, it's just Joseph Holmes, man. He's, he's gone. And then within 9 days, you have a whole different opponent with a whole different style. It's like it changed. I mean, I think anybody else, man, would have said no. Would have been like, nah. Well, I need more time, or I need this, or I need that. But you went ahead and took that risk, and you kept on going.
Face all adversity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess aside from injuries holding me back, it's getting a fight at the regional level. I had a lot of experience. Dana White's Contender Series, tough. My fights locally. So early in my career, and the huge layoff coming back into the regional scene, it's tough getting someone to want to fight. It's tough to schedule a fight. So I waited I've had maybe like 7 to 8 fights fall out within the past year and a half of trying to get back. So when they offered me Joseph Holmes, that was a pretty good 6 weeks notice. And I went to Jackson's right away as soon as I got notice of it. And I'd been training with Gilbert and getting him ready for fights. It keeps me sharp, keeps Johnny sharp. We keep each other sharp, stay on task. But he ended up dropping out, pulling out 9 days out. And they offered me Nick. And I'm at a strike. I call Jackson's a striking gym. It's a good strikers gym. There's definitely a bunch of partners there that can help me out for opponent like Joseph Holmes. But when it came to Nick Maximov, it was just kind of like, damn, maybe add different looks. I needed different looks for it.
Yeah.
But I needed to take the fight. That
was the most important thing.
Yeah, I needed to take the fight.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I think, and you've gotten work out there in Austin, right? You've gotten work out there at B Team and 10th Planet. I mean, would you be down to make another, I guess, adventure out there or trip, or you feel more comfortable at Jackson's, right?
I'm down to venture anywhere to train. If the opportunity presents itself to train somewhere like that, I'm going for sure. But when it comes to getting ready for a fight specifically, like an actual MMA fight, I would do at least 6 to 8 weeks of just training at Jackson's. I like to have either before or in between there, maybe mix in some other gyms. And I probably should a little bit, but I just believe in the structure and the team and the coaches there. Coach Greg Jackson, Mike Winklejohn,
Yeah.
I think that's just the right spot for me to really get ready for a fight. I want to focus on, not trying new shit. Just these guys, really sharpening. And I feel like the coaches, when they're behind you, they really do a good job of, letting you know what's up and how you're looking and giving you a lot of good feedback. They're keeping it real with you. So I've always appreciated that.
From Jackson Mike. Yeah. Awesome. Well, Thailand. Thailand.
Let's go.
You guys down?
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know how it's gonna happen, honestly, but
when is it gonna happen?
It's a matter of when it's gonna happen. But let's see.
When do you want to go? This year?
Yeah, it's gonna be this year for sure. It's gonna be this year. Hopefully after, like, I'm planning on having a fight, so maybe after my fight or then I'll go to Thailand. And then when I go to Thailand, I'm gonna take some fights out there in Thailand for sure. I'm gonna take some Muay Thai fights and I'm gonna take some MMA fights out there in Thailand.
Nice. When's your fight date?
I don't have a fight date currently. I mean, I had a fight coming up, but that didn't go through. So I guess just some things with the what do you call it? The promotion or something like that. So it didn't go through. So I'm looking to get another fight, but it's just a matter of when as well. Once I get that fight and once I win, then I'm going to Thailand.
Just stay busy.
Yeah, just staying busy, staying sharp. So just keep training.
I'm down for Thailand, bro.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. This MMA balance, right? Balance has been the key word for today. And I just want to share. I want to share this quote, this awesome quote that Bruce Lee. That I've been like,
dude.
It's just, whoa, be water. That's crazy. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I got this for Christmas, bro.
Nice.
Shout out Gilly.
Damn. Bruce Lee, has Bruce Lee made like a big impact in your career?
I think so. I think all martial artists, right?
All martial artists,
it's
right?
It's just the mindset. It's crazy. All his, and you got a quote from him, you said?
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, it's because MMA. I'm at this point, right? I feel like I was just learning MMA, and now MMA is everything to me. And then I realized MMA is like not all that crazy. Not that it's not that crazy, but it's not everything, right?
It's not that important.
It's from the quote from Bruce Lee, right? He says, before I learned the art, a punch was just a punch, and a kick was just a kick. After I learned the art, a punch was no longer a punch, and a kick was no longer a kick. Now that I understand the art, a punch is just a punch, and a kick is just a kick. And I feel like that speaks to me because you could be so unbalanced that you're perfecting your punch, you're perfecting your kick. You're in the martial art, you're just in it and there's nothing else around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize that there's more to life than that, right? There's more to life than just perfecting. I mean, even John Danaher says it sometimes. You know, yeah, you have the crazy elite Gordon Ryan, but then you also got Craig Jones. Craig Jones does more, I mean, in my opinion, does more than just jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out and travels and with his most recent episode on the B team, he went to like Bali and helped out a bunch of jiu-jitsu gyms and kids. And I mean, using his jiu-jitsu to help out, I mean, I guess the less fortunate. There's more to life than just, I guess, being on the top or mastering the art, right? I guess it's resonating with me right now because I guess I could feel like I get a little too overconsumed with it. That if I don't get this perfect, I feel like I get an emotional response. I get angry. Why am I not doing this good enough? But then you take a seat back, and you're like, dude,
yeah,
everything's all good, man.
Not even that big.
It's not even that crazy. I don't know. I mean.
No, I agree with you, bro. That's something you like you say you're kind of learning it, but it's something you live by and it grows onto you and something you condition your mind to keep remembering. That's a solid ass.
It's a solid code, right?
Dude, that's tight.
And
I've never heard that one.
No, dude. That's
you know, I mean, you can go through a bunch of them, but
yeah.
I've never heard that one. That one's nice.
Yeah, that one's amazing.
Yeah.
No, and with balance, man, balance. It's because, man, when I was out there in Austin too, I felt like I was my best, but also not at my best. I was like out there no car, taking the bus 6 a.m. to go do an ice plunge and then go train and go to work and then go train in the evening. And if I feel like I didn't do those things, I feel like I felt like I didn't accomplish anything that day, right? I felt like maybe life's not worth living, or that not that life's not worth living, but that just it's like you didn't make all today that it could have been, right?
Like those little battles, they win.
I didn't win any little battles today. I just simply was, and I just felt like there was something wrong with that, that I needed to, if I want to be here, I got to will my way on the top. I got to stay hard,
Yeah, some David Goggins.
But then it goes back to martial arts, man. Sometimes you just got to let things flow, have a balance, right?
Who's going to row the fucking boat then, bro? Who's going to carry the boat?
He's going to carry the boat. Who's going to carry the boats?
No, dude, you got to find a good balance. There's a time to push yourself and there's a time to get away from the sport for a second. You know what I mean?
For sure.
We're not supposed to, I mean, not that we're not supposed to, but you got fucking dudes that are just constantly living in this hostile environment in their minds, trying to climb to the top, like you said. And it works for some people. I mean, I don't know. You can kind of see in top guys in UFC fucking use that shit to fuel them too. But you do have to find a good balance.
Yeah.
But in order to get to the top, you do have to sacrifice. It's just part of the game, bro. You watch the Dagestans, Islam, Khabib, these guys just do this. So, I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all they do.
I guess balance isn't, your balance could be different from my balance.
Right.
And his balance could be different from anybody else's balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does balance mean to you?
Yeah,
you know,
we're all different.
we're all
way
different,
lives.
but we all have a balance. Everybody breaks, for sure. I heard this quote from, I don't know where it's from, but it's from the movie 7 Years in Tibet, and it's another good quote that I've been thinking about. And then it says, in Western culture, we admire the man who wills his way to the top in life. In Eastern culture, we admire the man who abandons his ego. You know, I think that's something that I think about too a lot. That like it's that David Goggins. I'm gonna will my way to the top. I have so much ambition that I'm gonna do whatever it takes to achieve this goal. And when I say whatever it takes, I mean whatever it takes, right? I'll sacrifice anything to get to this goal. But sometimes when you abandon your ego and give up on things that you want the most, it's like that Art of Dying from Bruce Lee, right? Nobody wants to die. But if you don't die, you miss all the heavenly things in front of you.
You miss the experience.
You miss the experience.
No, yeah, I hear that.
You miss the helping of others sometimes, you know? And I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But
no, you're right. I don't know. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about like being on that Goggins level?
I feel like I'm unstoppable.
Do you do that?
Oh yeah, like I'm literally unstoppable. I'm training.
Yeah.
Boom, let's go 6 in the morning, cold plunge.
That's good.
And I don't want to do it, but I do it, and I do it because there's something inside me that's like it's afraid. But then I had this one moment where I'm in Austin. I'm just getting some fajita from the store, and I think like, man, it's a cold day today. I wouldn't want to go in the cold plunge. And then I'm like, wait, what did I just say? Did I just hear did I just hear like, I hear that little inner voice like, what the fuck did you just say? Okay, so then and the gym's like 10 minutes away. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym and do a cold plunge because I just heard that I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I do it. And then I show myself who's the boss.
Right.
You know, I feel unstoppable.
Mastering your mind?
I'm mastering my mind. But then I'm like, well, you didn't get no fajita, bro. Now you have to go to work. You know, I missed out on certain things. But at the same time, I feel unstoppable. But sometimes when you just do, like, man, maybe if I would have ate that day, I would have got my protein for the day. And I would have got the rest that my body needed.
Taking
the logical ways. What's most efficient? You know, I think as we get older, we find out like where our balance is, right? But it's just like, I don't know. Maybe you'll catch me, man. I'll be like, dude, I'm gonna do an ice plunge just because I say so.
Man, I'll see UFC fighters at the UFC Institute. They'll just be like in for a second, be like, oh, no, man, I can't do this. It's too much.
Well, do you guys have, within our last minute, do you guys have anything that you would like to share with our viewers? Next fights, next opportunities, or a message. Yeah. If you had something to say to yourself when you were younger, what would you say?
That's I don't know. That's pretty good. If I'm looking at myself as a young man, maybe slow down. Just slow it down a little bit.
Slow it down.
Yeah. Really follow your intuition and your gut feelings on things. Like even when it comes to that Goggins mindset or finding peace, like only you know, your instinct knows when's the time to do what you need to do, and like just don't let other people affect that gut instinct. Don't let not to put your walls up, but you need to be very
in tune with yourself.
Just try to get in tune with yourself earlier. You know what I mean? I think it's just part of like, growing up.
Yeah.
Some people grow up quicker than others, or in different environments, stuff like that. But I think it would just be that. Yeah. Just tune in a lot better to yourself. Especially anybody who's young right now. Like, don't be worrying about shit that's fucking money, materialistic, superficial shit. Yeah, fame. None of that. Just like lock in and do what you love, that passion, follow that passion. You know what I mean? What little steps at a time.
Follow something meaningful.
Yeah, follow something meaningful, whatever it is.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. You, Johnny?
What was answering, boss? I mean, what was answering?
If you had anything to share with today, you've had anything to share with our viewers.
Just shout out to the RGV, boss. This made us all, me and my brothers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out to the sponsors, Your Home, Mauricio, You the Man, Josh from Texas Jungles, man, big smokes with that guy. Shout out to Gelato Canico too. They're
Sure.
they're badass, man. Good people.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
You guys are great people.
And shout out to the podcast for inviting us out,
man,
man.
hell yeah, dude.
Appreciate you
That shit
guys.
was lit.
Appreciate you
That was
guys.
cool, man.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. My blessings towards you guys. So.
Hey, boss.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for watching Zeke's Pod. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Zeke Does MMA. And I will leave you with this from Lex Friedman himself. Don't eat with people that you wouldn't starve with. Thank you for watching.